What set you off that you was like, I gotta do that?
A lot of people don't know that what Floyd do. He said.
So you feel like it was a sub, like he was subbing you, like, oh, like
he was going at me. He was going at me.
So it would now be 4 days ago. We might even be on day 5. That Floyd Mayweather is being held in Dubai.
I got about 100 cars, but right here, we like to call this the Sweet 16. Lambo, Ferrari.
The Gervonta Tank Davis, a professional boxer once taught by Mayweather, has shed light on the latter's reckless generosity. Davis talked about times when Mayweather bought him expensive things like houses and luxury cars, without him fully understanding what he was getting. This careless spending shows that Mayweather wants to show off his money and makes people worrying about his financial sense.
Stuff like, how did he give you his first piece?
He gave me a Rolex. I think a plane. I didn't even know what Rolex was. He bought me a damn Cuban. That probably was like 100 grand.
Right.
He bought me a lot. He bought me a car. He got me in the house. He did a lot. He did a lot before I even was signed.
Mayweather's allowance for being cocky goes beyond gifts from people he knows. His use of a tank to get to Mexico shows that he wants to make news by doing crazy things. These kinds of actions could be seen as nothing more than theater, but they actually bring up a bigger problem: a compulsive need to show wealth regardless of the cost. In today's digital age, Mayweather ensures that his purchases are not just personal indulgences, but public spectacles. He often posts videos of the expensive things he buys, like watches and cars, to get approval from his fans. This shows that he is insecure, but that capitalism makes him think that things are valuable if they make other people happy instead of making him happy.
Oh. The money man is back. I'm here in New York City with the one and only Benny the Jeweler. Benny, tell the people what you sold me today.
Alright, see what's going on. We got the Eye of the Tiger factory on a full pave bracelet.
And tell the people about this,
We got
please.
we got the white tag with it too.
That's an extra 20,000 from what he told me.
Yes, sir.
Money made, and y'all know the rest. Benny, talk to him.
You know what's going on. Big money out here, big factory out here, and we got more shit on the way. Stay tuned.
Let's go.
The relationship between Mayweather and Davis has been rocky, with Davis revealing how controlling his mentor was. Davis also said he felt manipulated and portrayed negatively by Mayweather, pointing out a toxic dynamic driven by power and control. This need to dominate extends to money matters, where Mayweather's expensive gifts are used as tools of control instead of genuine generosity. These kinds of relationships not only strain personal relationships, but also cause people to make bad financial decisions based on ego instead of common sense.
What set you off that you was like, I gotta do that?
A lot of people don't know that what Floyd do. He said.
So you feel like it was a sub, like he was subbing you, like, oh, like
he was going at me. He was going at me, and I knew for sure he was going at me. That's why I went at him. There's no reason for me to go at Floyd.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Cause it's weird. I feel like y'all got, I would say love, hate, but it's been like the last interview you showed them love. This week it was whatever. But is that sometimes like, you know, is it just like big bro, little bro seeing things different, or what is it to you?
No, Floyd don't never. He felt as though I'm at that point where as though I passed him. And I'm doing it at a young age. Wait, like when Floyd was 29, you'll see, bro.
Yeah.
That deal that I'm talking about.
Yeah. Oh, that's a part of the
deal. He don't know about that yet. But that's bigger than his deal.
Damn. Wow.
And I'm just releasing
This is
it on
exclusive. That's exclusive. Bigger than Floyd deal?
Yeah.
Ain't no cap, nigga. That's a lot of bread.
You'll see. It's gonna come out.
There have been rumors that Mayweather's finances are unstable. Davis says that the boxing star was held hostage in Dubai because he owed money on jewelry purchases that he hadn't paid for. If these things are true, they paint a dark picture of a man who spends more than he earns and builds up bills that are hard for him to pay off. This contradicts the image of affluence that Mayweather presents and raises questions about the true state of his finances.
speechless if this is true, but Floyd Mayweather supposedly is held hostage in Dubai. Gervonta Davis suggested this, who I believe is signed under Floyd Mayweather. Then Floyd responded back of posting a video of Tank dancing on his IG, saying, "We always knew he had sugar in the tank." Like, actually, that's insane posting this online. I'm not even kidding. And then Tank went on his IG story to say this.
Yo, them people over in Dubai that money. Tell them get on live right now. And he owe people in Saudi Arabia.
And Floyd responded back saying he should fight Shakur instead. I have no clue what is going on with this beef, but they're basically saying that Floyd Mayweather is broke and owes people money and he's hiding in Dubai. I'm actually speechless if any of that is remotely true, but I kind of can see that coming. I don't know if you guys remember this, but Logan Paul and Jake Paul, like 2 years ago, said that Floyd is actually broke. And it low-key might be true, but we'll see what happens.
Further claims suggest that Mayweather has a history of not paying for luxury items in Dubai, leading to strained relationships with vendors and creditors. This pattern of acquiring things without settling dues indicates a reckless approach to money management. Living a lifestyle predicated on credit and delayed payments is a precarious road that can lead to financial ruin regardless of past earnings.
The Tank's come out with a bit of a mad statement, and he said that Floyd Mayweather has been held captive in Dubai because he owes people money and he can't pay them, or won't pay them, one or the other. Before I carry on, please hit that follow button if you haven't already. We're on a mission to get to 10k. Now for me, the idea that one of the richest men in the world cannot pay somebody in Dubai is a bit mad. However, Tank Davis has come out and said ask Floyd to go live right now, and he can't. Which is a fair point, and knowing how Mayweather's ego is, if it was possible for him to go live, he would be responding to this straight off the bat. Now that being said, it wasn't that long ago since we saw that video call between him and Bill Haney on the internet. So whether this is true or not, I do not know. It could just be Tank throwing shots at Floyd Mayweather, because I know that relationship has been a little bit ropey in the last few years. But you never know, especially with somebody like Mayweather, who sometimes comes across with a bit of a god complex. Maybe he's just tried screwing the wrong people. But let me know what you guys think to this. Do you think that Floyd Mayweather is being held captive in Dubai? Or do you think this is just Tank Davis stirring up some stuff? Let me know in the comments. As always, a like, a favourite, save a share, all appreciated. Please hit that follow button if you haven't already. We're on a mission to get to 10k. Peace out.
Mayweather's insecurity is further obvious in his interactions with emerging boxers like Davis. He has openly stated that Davis cannot become a pay-per-view star, undermining his protege's potential. This reluctance to see others succeed mirrors his own fears of being overshadowed, leading to behaviors that are detrimental to both his relationships and his reputation.
My era had a tremendous career. And we got young fighters that's on the rise, that's under our banner. The ultimate goal is to find the next Floyd Mayweather that can break my records.
So is Gervonta Davis that guy?
I truly believe at this particular time, he's one of the guys that can go out there and become a pay-per-view star. I think to become a superstar in this era is a lot easier than the road I had to take over 20 years ago.
You had the hard road. There's
Yes.
the social media now. The access that people have to your videos and what you're doing. You can promote yourself how you want now.
Yes. So, you know, in today's time, you have celebrities and stars that I may never even heard of, but they're rich off of social media. So times have changed, and you have to be able to change with the times.
Davis has highlighted Mayweather's reluctance to see any fighter surpass his successes. This ego-driven mindset not only stifles new talent, but also shows a deep-seated insecurity by attempting to keep others beneath him. Mayweather shows a fragile self-esteem that no amount of wealth can mask. Such an attitude is unsustainable and can lead to isolation both personally and professionally.
Mayweather set you up against Pedraza. Did he really think Pedraza was gonna beat you?
He didn't know how good I was and how I would have like handled the situation, so he just threw me out there.
Why do you think he
He was hurt. He was hurt. I mean, not even hurt. He was just bad. First of all, Floyd don't never want to see no one like a fighter do better than them. Why the fuck would you say Terrence Crawford should fight Finna be there. That don't make no fucking sense. He don't never want to see nobody be better than him. I'm telling you.
You was next in line. You saw you next in line.
Is there like a
The last question, guys.
is there like a love-hate for like
Yeah.
fighter?
Yeah, I love the fighter. Like, I ain't gonna lie, if he was like chill, like he'll be the smoothest. But he's not. You know what I mean? He's a great fighter. And my bad. And
you're good, man.
And he cause I don't want to say like he's just a scumbag, but it's like he's a great fighter, and sometimes he can be good, but it's like it's always I'm this, I'm that. And
Thank you very much. I will see you at 9:30.
it just I don't know.
Mayweather's fight with Conor McGregor was touted as a financial windfall with claims of making $100 million. However, reports suggest that these figures were grossly exaggerated, casting doubt on his proclaimed billion-dollar fortune. Such inflation of wages is not just misleading, but also indicative of a need to project an image of unparalleled success, even at the cost of honesty.
What's the biggest fight you've ever had? Conor McGregor and Floyd Mayweather, which ironically is a boxing event, but it's the biggest combat sports fight ever. What did that gross? It did 4.4 or 4.5 million buys at $100 a buy. Yeah. So that worked out okay. It did.
Further scrutiny shows that Mayweather's actual earnings are significantly lower than his claims. For instance, his gains from certain fights were closer to $60 million, not the $350 million he often boasts about. This pattern of exaggeration raises concerns about the authenticity of his wealth and suggests a facade maintained to uphold his public image.
How much money could you reasonably walk out of this fight with?
350 million.
$350 million.
Yes.
Wow. I know you love money, right? I mean,
it's cool. It's cool.
Yeah.
It's cool.
What do you do with all this money?
And cash is king.
Do you have an ATM card?
I'm the human ATM.
Analysts like Chael Sonnen have pointed out that Mayweather's continuous involvement in exhibition fights is less about passion and more about necessity. Having possibly spent his substantial earnings, these fights serve as a means to sustain his lavish lifestyle. This reliance on random income streams is unsustainable and indicative of poor financial planning.
First off, he's never gotten $100 million for a fight. There's reports that he was the highest paid athlete over Christian Ronaldo.
You think it's bull?
I know it is.
So if you had to guess, what do you think's the most Floyd ever made in a fight?
Oh, I think that Floyd's, he's probably made about 60 million before in one night. But no, 100 million, 130 million, they just didn't have. I know that Floyd is still getting in there as recently as this weekend because he needed the money.
You think he blew through all of his money?
I'm claiming for you, he in his whole career has made about 100 million. People think he made 130 in a night. I'm sharing with you he didn't. No boxer's ever made 130 million in one night.
Chael Sonnen didn't pull punches when talking about Floyd Mayweather's financial collapse. While most people focus on what Mayweather made inside the ring, Sonnen pointed out the real issue, what Floyd spent outside of it. According to Sonnen, Mayweather's problems aren't because he didn't make money, but because he spent money like it was never going to run out. With exhibition fights becoming his primary income source, it's becoming clearer that these aren't for fun or legacy. They're to keep the lights on in Mayweather's gold-plated mansion that shifts as a lot from fighting for belts to fighting for bills, a sad twist for someone who once called himself money.
No, Floyd's not going to do MMA, but he is going to box again. He's enjoying this attention. It's been very smart what he did. I think it surprised him. I think he was just going out to have a little bit of fun. I don't think he realized he could get 4 and 5 weeks of headlines out of this, but he does need to box again, for sure. I mean, you call it breaking news, but I will tell you unequivocally right now, Floyd Mayweather does and is planning to box one more time.
And the motivation behind getting into a ring again to box when he said he's retired, why? Why do it?
Floyd's broke. You got to understand, the only thing more embellished than Floyd Mayweather's pay-per-view numbers is Floyd Mayweather's net worth, and he made a lot of money. But remember this, it does not matter what you made, it matters what you kept, and he is a dum-dum.
So anyone, Floyd's made $1 billion, Floyd has gotten $300 million for Pacquiao, $300 million for McGregor. That might be true, but that money does not exist anymore. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, that's right. I mean, so Mike Tyson, you know, he did real well too with Evander Holyfield. Again, it's not what you made. And don't forget, boxing and MMA math, whatever that number is, you get 30% of. So 30% of $1 billion, he still did really well, but not when you're spending money like that. I mean, that's just the way it works. We've seen a progression of these guys, one after the next, that all end up the same way. And that's broke, and they're just not smart with their money. And, I mean, that's all it comes down to. I'm not even trying to bag on Floyd. Look, he's just not a very bright guy. He's surrounded with even less bright guys. This is the way it works. When you're a boxer and you go spend that kind of money, if you ever buy things that cost money to own, you're going to be broke.
Floyd didn't just waste money, he allegedly made money through scams and half-baked promotions. He's taken cash from fans for events or merchandise that never saw the light of day. A TikTok expose highlighted how Mayweather's image is built on shaky ground, built more on height and illusion than follow-through and integrity, from no-show appearances to promotions that fizzled out without a trace. It seems Mayweather's brand is more about baiting fans and building trust than there's the never-ending show of extravagance. Floyd doesn't just buy things, he collects them like trophies and posts proof of each purchase, from a ridiculous number of cars to rooms full of untouched luxury items. His lifestyle screams success.
Floyd Mayweather Jr. has been paid over $1 billion through his career. What are the craziest ways that he spent it? Let's start with the ice. Dude has almost everything diamond crusted, from his plates and silverware to the case for his gold iPhone to his $18 million watch nicknamed the Billionaire. Moving on, apparently Mayweather also loves golf, or probably just golfing around courses. Dude owns a pair of Cadillac and Bentley golf carts, worth over $500,000 together. Then there's his barber, who makes house calls 3 to 4 times a week, each visit costing money a clean $1,000. And it gets even crazier. Apparently, Floyd never uses the same pair of boxers twice, and he'll leave all of his kicks at hotels he stays at as gifts to staff. But the scary thing, none of this comes close to the dude's gambling habit. Floyd reportedly dropped over $6 million on the Heat in Game 7 of the 2013 finals, and thankfully, LeBron came through for him, and that's just a slice of the money life of Money Mayweather.
But it also screams desperation. His video sure feel less like flexes and more like cries for attention, and what's worse, he rarely even uses most of the stuff. It's there to impress, not to serve a purpose.
I love sneakers. I don't know about nobody else, but Money May love his sneakers. As you can see, I got them stacked all the way up to the top. And I gotta let people know it's sneakers in every box. I ain't stacking just a bunch of boxes, a bunch of sneakers. You know how we do. Wear these one time only. What's the game? Jenga? I don't know the name of it. Let's stack it, let's go. You know, it's dangerous up here. It don't look high, but it's high. Let's stack.
In one of his latest flexes, Mayweather claimed he owns over 100 luxury cars: Ferraris, Rolls-Royces, Bentleys, you name it, he's got it. But what's the point of owning that many cars? They sit collecting dust. It's not about transportation, it's about validation. It's almost like he's trying to convince himself, not the world, that he's still on top. But anyone watching closely can see the reality. This is a man trying to maintain an illusion, spinning the wheels of a lifestyle he can't really afford anymore.
We got options. I got about 100 cars, but right here, we like to call this the Sweet 16. Lambo, Ferrari, Lambo, Maybach, a Maybach, whatever you want to call it. Of course, the McLaren, the original McLaren. Bentley, Rolls. The Maybach truck or Maybach truck, whatever you want to call it.
That's it for today's video. Stay tuned.